From Omro down to Mayville, from Rosendale to the Ledge, and everywhere in between, it's time to get you caught up on everything happening in the Flyway Conference. This is the Flyway Focus Sport Report, your home for the best whip-around coverage of your favorite local teams. Now, with all the latest, here's Jordan King.
Good Friday morning to you. For the second straight year, the Flyway Conference has a state football champion. The Mayville Cardinals won their first title in 31 years yesterday afternoon at Camp Randall with a 42-32 win against Northwestern, thanks to a litany of big-time plays from numerous players. Owen Steger left his fingerprints all over the game, especially early. Steger blocked a punt, which Weston Teeters returned for a touchdown. That got Mayville on the board in the first quarter. Steger also tipped a pass right before halftime that Devin Wendorf was able to pick off. Steger finished with 5 tackles and 2 for loss, along with those 2 big deflection plays. Offensively, Joe Promersberger had himself a breakout game. He had touchdown runs of 36 and 58 yards in the game, leading Mayville with 134 yards on the ground, averaging 19 yards per carry. Senior All-State runner Landon Baker was excellent as well. He rushed for 120 yards and 2 scores of his own. Baker says the biggest thing this team showed throughout the playoffs was the ability to battle through adversity.
It was a very up and down game, but I think over the course of the playoffs, for sure, this team has really learned how to persevere. You go back to the Amherst game, and we're down with 30 seconds left, get an onside kick, and go score. And then Lake Country we come out in the second half, have a few turnovers. We're down. All the momentum is at LCL, but we just bounced back. And I don't know, it was a very up and down game, but not many teams can bounce back just like we did.
One of the big differences in the game was Mayville's ability to stop Northwestern's 2-point conversion attempts. The Tigers were just 1 for 4 on 2-pointers on the night, including 0 for 3 in the second half. Kevin Keller made 4 tackles on the night, including an important 2-point stop with about 3 minutes left in the game. Coach Scott Hilber reflected on getting his own Mayville State Championship 31 years after his Hall of Fame father won his at Mayville.
So I always made sure that I enjoyed the journey, 100%. Right down the off season is my favorite time, and getting these kids and developing them, and helping them work through that, and the growth through the season, and all that journey where all the relationships are made. This is the pinnacle. I have so much pride in my father and everything that he's accomplished, and it's not just one championship, whatever, 2 championships actually he won, and all his wins and everything, but just how fantastic and how influential as a person he was. And he touched so many hearts, and I remember watching as a kid saying, I want to do that someday.
The Cards finished off a perfect 14-0 state championship season. Congratulations, Mayville. There was also girls hoops last night. The Flyway went 1-3. North Fondy with the lone win. They beat Valley Christian 69-50. No stats came in from that game. Laconia dropped its first game of the season to Xavier 66-51. Xavier returned most of its production from a state runner-up team a season ago. We did not get stats from this one either. Springs lost in overtime on the road against Lourdes Academy. Once again, Lauren and Allison Baker led the way for the Ledgers with 12 apiece. Jasleen Loyne scored 11, but Springs came up a point shy, 59-58, the final from Oshkosh. And Winnebago Lutheran lost 61-45 to ranked Manitowoc Lutheran last night. Addie Supernan and Seal McCauley each made 3 threes, and both scored 11 in the loss. Jill Pino had 10. That brings us to today's schedule. 4 more basketball games today. The first looks at Omro tonight. The Foxes kick off their season at home against Green Lake Princeton. Ava Cook is one of 3 returning first-team all-conference selections from the Flyway. Back in August, Cook committed to South Dakota Mines to play basketball next year. The Lions are at home against Kewaskum tonight. Sophomore Josie Christian also returns as a first-team selection in the conference. She led the Flyway in scoring a season ago. And finally tonight, Campbellsport and Mayville back in action. Both teams looking to go 2-0 this week. Campbellsport is at Random Lake at 6:30. Mayville hosts Lake Country Classical Academy at 7:15. That's going to do it for us today. What an awesome fall season for the Flyway Conference, capped off in the best way possible with another state champion hailing from the Flyway. Have a great Friday, everyone. Talk to you in the morning. For the Flyway Focus Sports Report, I'm Jordan King.